Good Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jazz Borganzo here. Another What's Next. I was hoping to get off the Olympic woke train that has been almost a theme the last couple of videos. But sadly, like in Godfather 3, just when I'm getting out, pulls me back in, to paraphrase. We're going to cover reality, and also we're going to cover censorship in this case. But buckle up, kids. Here we go. This comes out of Outkick. YouTube suspends Australian news site for discussing data it doesn't like, aka pearl clutching, panties bunching. You get the gist. Video hosting website YouTube has suspended Sky News Australia's channel for a week after claiming that they violated Google enforced guidelines on COVID news and content. The videos in question include debates over the effectiveness of mask wearing, criticizing the lopsided logic of Dr. Lord Farquhar, and others allegations slipped under the banner of, quote, COVID misinformation, aka I don't like it. Sky News Australia's platform currently hosts 1.86 million subs and is seen as a prominent conservative news source at the whim of the alphabet Google's crackdown on political dismissal sites and figures. Quote, this is from digital editor Jack Howden, argues YouTube's decision to suspend Sky News Australia is a disturbing attack on the ability to think freely, and sadly, it's trending. Responding to the uproar over their strict moderation of discussion on public health policies, YouTube released a statement citing their pliable guidelines regarding COVID misinformation as the line of demarcation needed to justify their ban. Quote, we have clear and established COVID-19 medical information policies to prevent the spread of COVID-19 misinformation that could cause real-world harm. Basically saying, listen, we got the CDC, we got the WHO, China, we got Lord Farquhar. Who cares about your information coming from real epidemiologists? Just saying. Digital editor at Sky News Australia, Jack Howden, of course, that released information regards their misinformation, calling it the breach of a victim, the platform's swaying policy that refuses to tolerate evolving details surrounding COVID, Houghton said in a statement. Sky News Australia has been temporarily suspended from posting on Google-owned platform YouTube for publishing opinion they don't like. Quote, among the videos deemed unpalatable for societal consumption were debates about whether masks were effective and whether lockdowns were justified when considering their adverse health outcomes. Reuters report claimed that the ban was due to Sky News Australia's promotion of controversial treatment for COVID hydroxychloroquine. Excuse me. The fact of the matter is that being that it's been in effect and used in malaria for the last, I don't know, and 60, 70 years in this country, FDA approved. Who cares about facts? With you, my thoughts. The fact of the matter is that Sky News Australia is a viable platform in regards to getting not just conservative news out, but actual news facts. Kind of surprising that it took this long for the powers that be that sit in the high tower over at YouTube to give a strike against Sky News. But sadly, it's a continuing trend. Freedom is persona non grata. Liberties are becoming persona non grata. And my advice to Sky News, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, I would mirror my content over to these platforms because going back to those damn Olympics. This comes out of Breitbart. Olympic medical and science official insists, and I use those words very loosely in this case, everyone agrees trannies are real women. Let that sit for a bit. It's not a woman. It's a dude. Stop it. International Olympic Committee Medical and Science Director Dr. Richard Budgett recently claimed that the science is settled. Oof. Haven't heard that term in a hot minute. And everyone agrees that trans women are women, as he praised New Zealand's trans weightlifter Hubbard. I'm not even going to credit with a false name. Budgett spoke about Hubbard at a press conference on Friday and hailed Hubbard for exhibiting courage and tenacity. You know, so stunning and brave. Hubbard is the first athlete who's a man to be competing in women's sports. To put it in a nutshell, the IOC has a scientific consensus back in 2015. 2015? Really? So your science doesn't go back any further than 2015? Wow. Budgett explains as he excused the IOC's decision. There are no IOC rules or regulations around trannies participation. That depends on each international federation. What's funny is that the IOC is supposed to be the governing body of the Olympics. US, Australia, Russia. It doesn't matter what country the IOC is supposed to be the overseer. But just saying. So Hubbard is a man who's competing under the rules of his federation, and we have to pay tribute to his courage and tenacity and actually competing and qualifying for the games. Just correcting the statement. Let's hear some from this clown who says he's a doctor.
There are no guidelines, but there's the scientific consensus, and they're working on a framework to help IFs with that difficult decision of how to ensure inclusivity while ensuring also fairness. And as you all know, there is a lot of disagreement across the whole world of sport and beyond on this issue of eligibility. Everyone agrees transgender women are women, but it's a matter of eligibility and particular events.
Sorry.
It really has to be very sport specific. So it is up to each sport, in each discipline even, as to exactly what the rules for participation and eligibility are.
Thank you, clown. There are lots of aspects of physiology and anatomy and the mental side that contribute to an elite performance. It's very difficult to say. Yes, he has an advantage because he's a dude, when there are so many other factors to take account, Budgett continued. It's not simple. Yeah, it is. Each sport has to make their own assessment depending on the physiology, of the sport, so they can ensure there is fair competition. Gee, fair competition would mean women versus women. But also the inclusion of everyone, whether they're male or female, so they're able to take part in the sport they love. Not everyone in the Olympic sphere agrees with the statement Budgett so blithely offered. Now retired New Zealand weightlifter Tracy Lambrix, who's a woman, says that many of her fellow athletes were unhappy that the country allowed Hubbard to join the league as a woman. That's a dude. Lambrix also alleges that the New Zealand weightlifting silenced opposing voices inside the organization. She also said that the organization kicked her out of normal weight class because they added Hubbard. There was no longer room for Lambrix in the category. Yes, we're making room for a man, so you, woman, get the out. I was told if I wanted to go to the next Commonwealth Games, I needed to lose 18 kilograms, 40 pounds, in 3 months or retire, Lambrix said last month. Losing that much weight quickly was not ideal for my health, and I suffered some severe migraines and started to pass out a lot. My thoughts. more stupidity and nonsense and garbage from the 2021 woke Olympics. The fact of the matter is that Hubbard is a dude. He's a guy, period. End of story. When you have this so-called doctor, Budgett, go at a table and sitting 15,000 feet apart from everybody because, restrictions. Talk about the science is settled, inclusion, garbage nonsense like that, absolutely has no fucking idea of what he speaks of. None. Absolutely none. And for him to basically say, hey, well, you know what? The science has been settled since 2015. Like I said just a little while ago, science never went any further than 2015, which is all you need to know. Or should I say that's pretty much said in regards to this guy's credibility, which he has none. Absolutely none. And with that being said, I'm John Berganzo. This is what's next. More idiocy, more lunacy from the land of woke. Like what you hear, please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.